Hi, my name is Todd Briske, running for Tacoma City Council, position 8 at large. I'm hoping to do a lot for the city. I want to make it a safe, happy place for everybody. I want to make sure that everybody can do whatever they want to do to flourish and live their best lives. And today we are riding the Route 48 bus down to Wapato. So the issue that is the highest priority for me, transportation-wise, is paving the roads. Our roads here are in pretty bad shape, and like here on Yakima, the roads are pretty rough. You got a lot of potholes. It'll cause folks to break a radial in their tire when they hit a pothole, costing a couple $100 to replace the tire, inflation being what it is. Any extra costs like that can send someone over the edge. Pretty much on the roads that I drive, there's one truly excellent road in Tacoma, and that's right in front of Cheney Stadium. But as soon as you hit Union, and it starts to get a little rougher. By the time you get to Hilltop and the hospital, you're swaying all over the place. And so just making sure that our roads are high quality, safe, making sure our sidewalks are high quality, safe, they connect everywhere that needs to be connected. Making sure we grade our alleys too, because a lot of residents have to drive down those alleys, and mine got big pits in them right now. So road maintenance, making sure that by the time we get around to the roads, they haven't deteriorated to such a state that it costs billions and billions and billions of dollars to actually like rip them up from the foundations and rebuild them again. So I do have my differences with the Vision Zero plan. Philosophically, I know that there's a way of thinking that like you shoot for the stars and you land on the moon, but I'm all about concrete actions that can be taken in the material world to actually decrease traffic deaths. I also disagree with putting the timeline out in 2035 where none of the people that voted for this can be held accountable if it works or doesn't work. My issue with the actual policy is that it almost completely removes enforcement from the equation. What we've seen in the last couple of years, people driving erratically, and there's no one. You can't pull over, you can't pursue after anybody who is recklessly driving because it's not a reasonable suspicion of a violent crime. I was following after this one guy. He was driving in front of me. He throws an Amazon box out the window, probably grabbed it up off a porch somewhere. He's driving on the wrong side of the road. He's got no plates on his car. He's going the wrong way around roundabouts and whatnot. And Vision Zero doesn't have a course of action to deal with a situation like that, because we have 3 officers in the Motors Division in the police department. All 3 of those officers spend 90% of their time writing reports for serious crashes. So none of the motorcycle cops are actually patrolling the streets, actually enforcing traffic laws. So people are just like driving 50 miles an hour down Pacific Avenue or something like that. And since it's not a violent crime, you can't pull them over. Or if you do try to pull them over, they can just speed away and you can't pursue after them. So I would like to add the enforcement element back to our policy. It's a tough one because inflation being what it is, interest rates being what they are, everybody's struggling right now. Adding a new tax on there is real tough. If I saw the routes that they would want to add, the frequency that would be increased, if we could see the potential impacts of this, I think it would be a whole lot easier for folks to understand, like, oh, this money is not just being sent off and burned in a pile or anything like that. It's actually going to like do something real that like helps folks out that rely on the bus for their main mode of transportation. So as this proposal comes out, I'll definitely be looking at it, and I'll definitely be taking a serious look at it to see if it sounds like it's a correct fit for us. So when I talk to folks that are currently not bus riders, but could potentially be, their concern is safety. And so, like the other day, I was over at 7-Eleven, the guy was going around asking for a lighter. Guy gave him a lighter, he pulls out his fentanyl, starts smoking his pill, goes directly over to the bus bench, and he's smoking his fentanyl, sitting on the bus bench. And so now if someone comes along, wants to use that bench, you can't. So making sure that the benches are unobstructed, making sure that people feel safe, especially at park and rides down at Tacoma Station with the encampments around there. People want to know that, oh, if I park my car here, it's going to be safe when I get back. And so the thing that I think trying to get more people onto transit is making sure that they understand that it's safe, that when they're driving by, they don't see clutter, mess, problematic behavior around the bus stops. So that would be my number one thing. I want to make it so that anybody can accomplish their goals in some way. For some people, that's going to be transit. A lot of people, that's going to be transit. If we can either make the routes more frequent so that there's not standing room on those buses, or perhaps even bring services closer to the various neighborhoods so that you don't have to take transfer upon transfer to get to where you need. If we could have like neighborhood grocery stores, so instead of having to go to this bus and then load all your groceries all the way back home, if you could just have one simple line going this way and that way. Just being able to allow people to accomplish the things that they want to accomplish is my main hope.